Morning everybody. So we're working on a very cool project today. This is the lower oil pan. It's made by Banks and it's gonna go on my 17 Chevy Duramax. You don't gotta have a lift, but lift definitely makes life much easier. My friend Dusty is gonna help me install this pan. So this is the way the truck looks underneath, and what we're looking at is where we're gonna start with draining the oil, removing all the skid plates out of the way, which is actually gonna be just the middle skid plate. And our plan for the day is we are going to loosen the diff and just lower it, just to get access to those bolts, the oil pan bolts. We're gonna unclip those transmission coolant lines, as well as get them completely out of the side of the transmission. There's just a plastic ring, retaining ring, and they unsnap. And we're gonna move the lines out of the way. But right now we're draining oil for the start. And I'll be right back with you as soon as we start removing things. All right. We are removing the cross brace now, which is, what size the sockets are those, man?
18.
Both 18s? Okay, so 18 open end and the socket?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. As usual, working on a Chevy, you gotta have a BFH. So we're gonna get this bolt knocked out, and there you go. Might need a pry bar for the brace. Yep, that's it. Always wear eye protection. Look at you, OSHA approved right there. Right. Yeah, I think that's the side you gotta press it out from. Oh yeah, you got it now. Okay, that's it. All right, now everything's out of the way. We're gonna do probably the transmission lines next. Oil is drained, cross brace out of the way, and we're gonna start looking into lowering the diff. Disconnect this 4x4 motor. There's gonna be a red tab. You just push the tab out and then compress it and pull the connector out. All right, so what we're doing now is we're gonna loosen those transmission lines, and there's a metal clip. There's a plastic keeper, and then there's a metal clip that we got to pretty much remove, unsnap, and then the line's gonna come out.
There's a special tool for this, for the peak work every time.
Yeah, oh yeah, 90-degree peak is usually one of the best things. Just make sure you don't lose that ring. It's gonna make for a bad day. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, cool. That's what the ring looks like. All right. So it's gonna lose just a little bit transmission fluid. It's not gonna be much at all, but we're gonna use a fan. Yeah, this should slide. Okay. And that's pretty much all we're gonna lose. Not gonna be much more coming out. That's it. Loosen those 21s on each side of the axle, front axle. That's the one supported. All right, so where we're at right now is we'll loosen those two studs right there. We kept this side connected, just loosen it, and the diff pretty much leans. It gives you a lot of room, a ton of room right there to work with. So we should, I believe we have like 26 of those 10mm bolts all around the perimeter of the oil pan. I'm gonna loosen everything. We're gonna use an electric impact because that's a lot of bolts, and then we're gonna scrape this thing off. Oh yeah, you got it, you got it. Okay, so we end up taking this side bracket off just to get a better access to the oil pan. The tool that comes with Banks kit, it's alright, but they didn't work in my application, so we use the good old snap-on screwdriver and going very careful without damaging the upper pan. And at this point, we just got to keep on going. We got plenty of room on the right side, and yeah, just gonna keep knocking it in and cutting that RTV. After that, we should be pretty close. I tried to get it from a different angle. All right, we got it off. A couple screwdrivers. I got some oil in it. I'm actually gonna show you how much oil stays in the pan. Okay. Alright, yes. Alright. So the approach was using a couple of those tools. This didn't work for me, unfortunately. I wish it did, but it didn't. So it was good old school scrapers and pry bars. And we had to go very, very careful not to crack anything. So now I'm gonna run a razor blade all around the edge of that pan. Upper pan, and get everything cleaned up. And we should be ready for the install. Starting to get everything ready for the new oil pan install. This is Allen HW5. We're gonna get it tight, the side port. Then I'm gonna clean everything up, and I will install that gray RTV. I'll be back. I'll show you how to do that. Where we at, we decided to put this bracket back in just because the other pan is going to be pretty, I mean, it's going to be substantially bigger, so we won't be able to pass it right beside it. So we got this back in. We hadn't tightened it yet. And what else we got is everything is cleaned up. All the edges are cleaned up. There's still going to be oil on it. We're going to spray this off. The diff we decided to completely loosen the diff, and we got it supported. If you're doing it at home on jack stands, then definitely use maybe a floor jack or whatnot. But everything else is that oil keeps dripping. But yeah, we're getting ready to install the pan in just a minute. Okay, it's going in. Just got to be careful with all the maneuvering it past the axle and past the steering linkage, but we got a pro on the job now, so it's just a matter of getting it up in there. Now I'm gonna look around. Sure, it comes right here. Yeah, I got a bunch. Yep, you're on it now. I can get it started. Move it towards yourself just a little bit. I can't start it. You're starting? I can't start it. You want me to hold it? It's in. We got a few bolts started, and that sucker is massive. That's a real deal right there. So we're gonna start all these bolts by hand. Let the RTV cure just for a little while, and then we're gonna tighten those to spec. I'll mention the torque spec in just a few. So a good thing, one of the many good things about the Banks kit is it comes with an extra bolt that goes right there. That replaces the factory longer bolt. So we pretty much just install it there, get it tight. and we're finishing up those bolts all around the edge of the pan. Let's see. Super important that you might want to consider, and this is like the key mess up on my end on this job, is make sure before you bolt this pan up, you have the transmission line back in their place right there and not hanging down, because we literally had to push the engine away and slide these lines past the pan and the cross member. That was a big deal. So I'm glad we're able to get them in, but make sure before you install this oil pan to get this bracket back in and to get this. Also, don't forget your spacers if you got a diff drop, and make sure you get this transmission lines up in there before you install this pan. So that's kind of a big deal. Right quick on the fit of the Banks pan, how it goes over the cross brace and just all around. I'm very, very, very impressed. I am impressed with the fact that it comes with the RTV kit with the magnetic drain plug, and just, I mean, bolts and everything is just so nice, and just bam bam, you're done with it. And the fact that you're getting 2 more quarts capacity, it's actually super nice. Yes, I am very happy. We're gonna finish the oil change, so we're gonna remove the filter right there and swap out the filter, but everything is back in place, back in spec. Everything looks just beautiful. I'm actually pretty impressed. We only have 2 hours in this, so we are training lines, everything's in there too. So I think we did really good. I love this pan. Look at all the clearance, and yeah, that's the important part. I mean, it's not going to be draining on top of this cross member anymore. This is just beautiful. This is just common sense stuff. That's just pure impressive. Yeah, Banks for the win. See anything?